Hey everybody!
Hello.
It's noon o'clock on Saturday, and to celebrate this guy's birthday, we are about to start our 24-hour Star Wars movie marathon. Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy to spend 24 hours with you.
Well, that's nice, sweetie.
Do you think you're going to be able to stay awake?
That's going to be the question.
No,
I don't know.
It's not much of a question.
It's not much, but
I'm going to stay
do
awake.
Our best. Yes, you will. That's your.
I would probably stay awake anyways.
Yeah, you're good at it.
I'm very good at never sleeping. Sad. But anyways, we're starting with the prequels, I guess.
Yeah, we'll start with episode 1 and
Episode 1.
work our way back.
Yes. I was trying to think if I knew any names of them, and I didn't, and
Well,
I even forgot that.
yeah.
But okay. So we're starting there.
The Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace.
Very political movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, all about the Senate and the inner workings of a political body of multiple planets. It's really compelling.
Riveting. Yeah. Can't wait. All right, let's get this thing going.
Let's get it going.
Bye. Hello, just wanted to show you I've got my Darth Vader party dress on. We're ready to go. So we're like, what, 30 seconds into the movie, and Sean says, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there's a lot of casual racism in this movie. What? Why are we watching? Why do people watch these movies? That's a weird thing to have to like caveat. Like, and just so you know, like, I technically have watched these movies, sort of. Like, I never saw Star Wars at all until a couple of years ago when the new stuff started coming out. And I happened to have a massive back surgery and was heavily medicated when Sean made me watch all this back stuff. So I don't really remember what I'm in for, and I'm more worried than ever. So we're still watching episode 1 over here. They've just landed on Tatooine, which is funny. We just saw that on The Mandalorian last night. But I'm shocked to discover that Padme is like, I don't want to say pedophile, so I'll say cougar. But I mean, she knows him from when he's a little boy. I'm really, really like worried about what's about to happen. She's way too big and he is way too small for this to work. It's super gross. I mean, we thought that racism was going to be the biggest problem in this movie, and it's pretty bad. But this, I don't know. Hello. So, we just found out, well, I just found out, this is news to me, Anakin Skywalker is a virgin birth. Okay, like, I know it's Christmassy, but like, what? What? This movie? This is wild. We are still in the first movie of this goddamn marathon, and what the hell is happening?
Okay, so we just finished episode 1 of The Phantom Menace, and it's still terrible. It's the worst one by far.
Did you see this in theaters, Sean?
Yes, I did.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. I had to. It was the moment of someone's generation. I don't think it was even my generation. But it was disappointing even then, because, I mean, it is just a really bad movie where they try and set up the whole, like, 6 movies at that point. So a lot of it doesn't make sense. And then also a lot of stuff just happens by accident, as opposed to actually like being something someone did well. So anyway, you just kind of wait for it to end, and then, I mean, the next 2 aren't that much better, but this is the worst one of the whole bunch.
So that was pretty much the first time I've ever really seen The Phantom Menace. I'm still pretty shocked about what went down. This is not cool. But you know what? I remember when this came out in theaters. I did not see it in theaters, but I remember the neighbor kid across the street from us, Andre. He made a bet with Jess, my sister, that Phantom Menace, that's what this one
That's
is?
that one, yeah.
That it would be in the theaters longer than Titanic.
Ooh.
Now, I grew up in a really small one-theater town, and Titanic was there for I mean, Titanic may have cleared out to make way for this one.
Yeah, might have. Yeah.
Like, it was like dozens and dozens and dozens of weeks. I saw it 3 times, Titanic. Once with my grandma.
Oh.
I mean, not just. She came, it was for Jana's birthday. So that was already March, and I'm like, it came out in December, I'm sure.
It did, yeah.
It was such a hot topic, Titanic. I remember like my dental hygienist being like, did you get to see it yet? And I didn't want to tell her like I'd already seen it 2 or 3 times when she still hadn't seen it. Like the theater was in a mall, and it would be lined up like crazy. And people would be turned away every time. So Phantom Menace did not eclipse Titanic.
Oh, no.
Not in Cornwall. I'm not going to say anything globally. I haven't looked at box office records, but not in my small town.
It didn't do great.
Okay.
Like, it was fine. It was probably the biggest movie of that year, but it was no Titanic. It was not a...
It's no Titanic.
No, Titanic was a thing. Absolutely.
Did you see Titanic?
I did see Titanic in theaters.
Okay.
I mean, who didn't?
With
really?
a girl?
Well, with a bunch of girls.
Was any of them your grandma?
None of them my grandma.
Okay.
No, I was...
And you know what? I should say, my grandmother, before Titanic, she told us that the last movie she'd seen in theaters was Porky's.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Just nothing but
Porky's,
the classics.
Titanic, that's right. She only goes out for the really big ones, you know.
Yeah, I went in first year university, so it was a whole bunch of friends. We just went down.
First year university, you're
I
so
know, I'm
old.
so
I can't
old.
believe that.
Or maybe it was even more than first year.
Yeah, I think it would have been, hon.
Yeah, it would have been maybe third year. Anyway, yep,
Yeah.
had to go. So we just finished episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
And what time is it now?
Almost 5:30.
Okay.
So we're just getting started. And
Yeah.
it's totally dark out. Has been for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's also like a pretty bad one, but not as bad as the first one.
Okay.
It's got at least like a good end battle scene where all the Jedi get together and Yoda shows how he fights with a lightsaber suddenly and
He
surprisingly.
looks like a video game avatar when he does that.
Yes, he does.
He
Yeah,
goes crazy.
he's just bouncing all around. It's pretty good. And yes, a whole other side of him that we just thought he was an old guy, but turns out
Pretty
there
young.
was
He's
a
been
reason.
doing yoga this whole
Yes,
time.
that's right. He was just keeping it
Parkour.
cool. Parkour, yeah. Yeah, and then Anakin gets his hand chopped off and gets a robot hand and has a nice little hand-holding moment with his new wife. And now
And what about R2?
R2 with his
Yeah.
the big reveal of
Yeah.
his rocket boosters that suddenly he has and he never had before and never has again. But anyway, I mean,
Well, it's not that he never had them before. I mean, if you mean before in the future,
I guess I mean before in the
before in the
future.
70s.
Yeah.
But I think they just rusted shut. He can't open them, or he's out of fuel or something.
Well, that's kind of sad that no one ever refueled them or...
Well, I guess, but like, think about your car. When it's new off the lot, you've got all your good stuff, and like by the end of its life, you know.
Yeah, well, you're very good at explaining things. They should have hired you to...
I know, I'm a George Lucas apologist all of a sudden. Like, no, it's fine. It makes perfect sense. Stop complaining.
Yeah, well, problem solved with number 2. So we'll see how Jay solves the problems of Revenge of the Sith. All right, so episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So it's still not a great movie, but the best of the prequels. That counts for something, right? They finished it on a sort of a mediocre note.
They finished it on a medium.
Yeah, they went low, a little bit higher, but still very low, and then medium. And I guess by that time, no one expected anything good. So it's like,
So do you think the second
Alright.
one is better than the first?
yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
I think the second one's still weak, but it's got a much better final battle, and so
That
then
saves it a little bit.
it does save it a little bit, and then it kind of paves the way for Yoda fighting the Emperor in the
Yoda.
third one. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's sad. He's like, oh, I'm a failure.
Yeah, but he's gonna come back. He just has to, I think, explain why he goes into hiding for a while.
I know, but look, I feel sad for him.
Yeah.
That seems very lonely. He took on, that's taking on a lot of responsibility. He was one little dude against all of that, and because he couldn't do it, he's like...
Yeah. Well, he did take it on. They always talk about how great he is, but he wasn't enough.
Oh my god. See?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, it's going to turn around. We just have to wait for 4 more movies. Or 5? 4 or 5, I don't know. Enough. So it's not happening anytime soon.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
look
Feeling
forward
good?
to it. Feeling good.
Uh-huh. All right.
Yep.
All right. Bye, hon.
Bye, babe. So we just finished watching the 4th movie, which was not episode 4. It was Solo, because we're trying to do them in universe chronological order. So that's what we figured. And I like that one. That's a good one. That's the first actual good movie we've seen so far. And yeah, I find it neat how they filled in the gaps from the original trilogy, all the stuff they talked about. They really fit in a lot in that movie of things that were talked about. And it's nice to, I guess, remember some of that stuff as we move forward. Not quite into the original trilogy, but we're getting closer.
That's right. So it's 10 p.m.
It's 10 p.m. and we're not halfway through yet because we got 6 more to go, but we're getting to the good stuff. So that's nice. Yeah, so hello. This is a nice hot chocolate Bantha blue milk that Janie just made for me. So this whole thing is basically because of my birthday and because I like Star Wars. And so Jay made cupcakes also. They're delicious. So there's some Yoda ears and then also some lightsabers, and you'll notice there's a Kylo Ren one there, which is pretty sweet. And let's have some of this delicious drink.
Cheers, Sean. Happy birthday.
Thank you. So we lost some of our guests, but we gained our dogs. They're cruising around, knocking things over. Just having a good time.
This guy?
Oh yeah,
No, not that guy. Look at him. He's so nice.
Oh, good boy.
He didn't just knock balls off the tree.
So we're in Rogue One now, and I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order, which is a new Star Wars game on the PS4, and I discovered that Forrest Whitaker is in that game, and he's also in Rogue One, which I had totally forgotten about. So apparently, well, he is the same character, and yes, Jedi Fallen Order is set before most of Rogue One is happening. Yeah, so we'll continue watching.
On Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus, that's right, because Solo is not on Disney Plus until next July. But you can search for it and I'll show you the trailer, so it's really quite a tease.
Yeah,
But
you might believe it was on Disney Plus and set up a whole evening around it being there. But it is not.
it is not.
Thankfully, it is still on Netflix.
So, good thing.
Yeah, or we would have had to pay $5.
Oh my.
I know.
We can't afford that.
Woof. No, that would be coming right out of Herbie's treat budget, I heard.
Oh no. Oh, and he needs so many.
Oh, look at him. He's really thinks he's the star of this video now.
Well,
I know. He probably
hard to
is.
argue with.
Hey, Herbie. Are you a good boy? Do-do-do-do. Are you a good boy, Herbie boy? Oh, yes, you are a good boy.
High five? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good boy. So we just finished Rogue One, So I think that means we're halfway through.
Yeah.
I think that's 5, right? 5 out of
5
10.
out of 10, and it's 12:17 a.m.
Okay. So we're doing good, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Of course, it just gets harder. But
I mean, good thing the better movies are in the
end.
second half of this. Yeah.
I really liked Rogue One. I forgot about that movie. And I mean, the last bit is just awesome with Darth Vader. I mean, that's the best Darth Vader, I think, is in the series, when he just tears through everyone.
You
turns
did
on his
rewind it and make
lightsaber.
it watch this again, because I
I
wasn't
did.
paying enough attention.
That's right. Yeah, well. Why not? In a movie marathon, why not go back and...
Why not? I watched things twice, for sure. It was 24 hours. Why did we spend 27 hours watching 24 hours worth of movies? Well, it's because we rewound a lot of the cool stuff.
There were a lot of good parts. Yeah. And yeah, that could happen again, I suppose, as we go forward.
Herbie, are you under the tree, my friend? Trying to get that sugar water.
Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah.
Herbie.
He is drinking it.
Hey,
Poor guy.
Herbie, I'll get you water,
Just
bud.
leave him alone. He's having a good time. He's got 12 more hours to get through tonight,
That's
Sean.
true, yeah, he's gonna need that shit.
We're all gonna need the sugar water. How you feeling?
Good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, not bad.
Do you regret starting with the whiskey so soon?
I mean, I guess a little
It was
bit.
a little early.
It was early. It was
Yeah,
like
if
2
you were
o'clock.
going to be up for 24 hours and you started drinking whiskey in hour 2.
Yeah, it was good though.
Well, good job, though. Okay, let's
right.
get ready for more.
Let's go.
Are we getting into bed?
Yeah,
Is
let's
that a
do it.
terrible idea?
I mean, maybe, but we'll be comfy.
All right, good luck.
All right, thanks.
Hey everybody, we moved to bed to be a little more comfortable. We still have 12 hours to go, so hopefully this is not like premature. But anyways, we just started the first one in the really old movies.
Yeah, episode 4, A New Hope.
A New Hope. I already forgot what it was called. So we're celebrating Sean's birthday. He is
43.
43. He's super old.
Pretty old.
Older than the movies.
Yes, about 4 months older than this movie.
I love that you know that.
Yeah, we had an old VHS set of the original trilogy.
Oh.
And it had the release dates on there.
Okay. I actually, I remember you're wearing actually under this Star Wars sweater, you're wearing a Star Wars t-shirt that on the back I think is from the 40th anniversary.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, I do that. And that was obviously a few years ago now.
Not too long.
Oh, not too long.
No.
Anyways, what were we saying? Oh yeah, how did you end up seeing the first one? Because obviously, probably you didn't go to the theater.
Did not. So I was too young for that, just a little bit.
Well, I don't know. There could have been like the Stars and Strollers.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it happened. My parents never told me that story. Yeah, I guess it must have been when Return of the Jedi was coming out. There was a marathon of the original Star Wars on some channel, HBO probably. So my dad let me watch it, and I loved it. And so we watched it like a bunch of times. It was great. And I never
Were
got
you
tired
really
of it.
little then?
Yeah, I mean, I would have been like 5, 6, something like
gosh,
that.
yeah.
I was in kindergarten down there, so
Where was this?
Kentucky.
Why do you remember it was Kentucky?
Because I remember we had our TV in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how they do in Kentucky.
Well, that's how we did. I guess it protects it from the tornadoes.
Oh. Did you sleep in the basement?
Eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I
Anyways.
did at that time, but I eventually did sleep in that basement. Yeah.
Good to know. Okay, so you saw the first movie and it was right up your alley?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I mean, I probably had toys already at that point of Star Wars, but I loved the movie. Yeah, loved it.
Who did you love on it?
I loved all of the guys, but I also loved Princess Leia.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had a crush on her.
Aww.
Yeah.
And did you like Yoda?
I did like Yoda, but
Okay.
I didn't see him
I don't
at first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess he does come to later.
Yeah.
And then
I
he
did like him.
whacks you with his ears.
And then he whacks
constantly.
you with his ears. That's right.
Look at it. These things even have little tufts of hair.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's sweet.
Yeah, well, it's something.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're gonna have some time to reminisce.
Yeah,
We're revisiting your childhood.
absolutely.
That's nice.
All right.
Not my childhood. My childhood was completely Star Wars free. I don't even know how aware I was of Star Wars, really.
That's funny.
The only thing I remember is I inherited a set of sheets from my cousin Tim, who is even older than Sean. Much older than Sean, in fact.
Hard to believe.
It happens. And they were like original Star Wars.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I might have had those sheets too.
Aww. Aww.
Yeah.
I just didn't know who the guys were.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
now you do.
But I remember there was like Harrison Ford. I remember him.
Yeah, he would be on there.
He was on there. Yeah.
Wouldn't
Good
be
times.
much of a Star Wars bedsheet without Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Han
I love that.
I
That was
know.
in
Solo.
Solo, yes. When Lando just refuses to pronounce his name correctly.
It's good.
It's such a little passive aggressive, like, ugh.
Yeah, well, you'll see it come back.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
Empire Strikes Back. That's a nod.
Oh,
Donald
okay.
Glover did a good job of that.
Very good. Well, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but we're gonna do it anyways.
Hooray.
Hello.
Hi.
2:52 a.m.
Yeah, we just finished episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yep.
Ugh. And
Oh, it's still as good as ever.
as good as you remember.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, when they did the special edition in the 90s, I mean,
Oh.
I could do without that. Take it back to the original Han shooting first and no, like, Jabba the Hutt scene and, like, just the additions are not great, but it's still a good movie.
Okay.
And your thoughts?
Yeah. I don't know. I think Luke's kind of a wiener.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point.
Is it the point?
I mean, I think he is supposed to, like, be like that. You know, he's...
Wienerish?
Yeah, he's his father's son. His father's also a wiener.
Okay.
Luke just...
It runs in the
grows from it.
family.
Yeah, it runs in the family. And I'm like... I don't know. They whine a lot.
They whine a lot.
Yeah. It's not fair.
Yeah, I don't find him as whiny as Anakin. I just find him, like, unimpressive. You know, as someone who is, you know, this is a huge undertaking, this movie. And I just feel like there should be somebody more heroic in this role.
Well, it falls to Leia.
Well, I wish it did.
Yes.
Well, you laughed, you cried.
I did.
You
and
did
now
not.
on to the
What?
next one. I laughed sometimes.
Okay, you laughed.
I didn't cry.
You did not cry.
No.
No.
I mean,
And in fact, you know who also didn't cry? Anyone.
yeah, that's true. There's...
Everybody's best friend and uncle and mentor and like father and mother, like everybody you know died in this movie and nobody sheds a tear.
Yeah, I mean, aunt and uncle. Well, okay, Leia, like, lost her whole planet. You're right. She was just like, no. But
Oh,
then,
and first of all, you can't. Oh, aunt and uncle. Like, first of all, apologies to Sean's aunts and uncles. He doesn't care if you live or die. But also, they raised him, so they are as good as his parents.
Yeah, all right.
Burned to a crisp.
Oh, very crispy. Yeah.
Then Ben.
Right.
Then a little R2.
Yeah. They
Like,
really didn't do much
everybody.
about that. They're just
No.
like, he'll be fine. We'll rebuild him.
Like they did his father, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they're not the same. They don't come back the same.
Pretty much.
Much. Oh my god. All right.
All right.
So 3 a.m. We're about to start movie number 7.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, let's
Let's do this. Hello.
Hi. So we just watched Empire Strikes Back. Mm-hmm. And isn't it great?
You know what? I really don't love these movies.
I know.
really don't like them that much at all.
I've learned that.
I don't know. They're not exciting to me. They're not really interesting.
Well,
Sorry, babe.
that's fine. You don't have to like them. I feel sorry for you. Well, I like it.
I could tell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's my favorite one.
Aw. Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's not very good. It's just like, what happened? Nothing, really. Nothing happened.
What?
Oh, another person lost a hand. Ooh.
Well, that's true. But I mean, that was like not the first time it happened, but like the first time it happened to Luke or like a main character. No, in like, our chronology. Mm-hmm. So it was a big deal at the time.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, he's gonna have to have a robot hand.
Okay.
Even though like it looks like a regular
Fair
hand.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's because in the more recent ones, it goes back to being a robot-looking hand.
I know, they're weird because their artificial hand technology is not as good, but their like all other technology is much better. All their ships are better. Like it's just
I'm tired.
How could
time
you
is
not
it?
be? Oh, I don't know, like 6. Well, 5.
5.
10 after 5.
Fudge.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Off we go to the next one.
So many more movies.
Yeah, there's still a lot. Hey. Well,
Okay, we could do it.
we can do it. We can do it. Here we are after Return of the Jedi. 2 more to go. Mm-hmm. We have our Ewok here.
Yeah. People used to say when he was a puppy he looked like an Ewok. Now he's old and grizzled, I guess.
Well,
Hooray!
fought a lot of battles.
Aww, puppy.
He's still having a good time though, as you can see.
Happy to be here. Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we finished that one.
We did.
Pretty epic stuff.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel it holds up as well as the other 2 of the original trilogy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's just very kid-centric more than the other ones.
Okay, because of the Ewoks?
In part.
Oh, puppy.
But there's I feel like there's a lot of just little silly stuff, like like Lando's co-pilot, of how he just laughs weird and I don't know. It just kind of feels sillier than the others.
Okay. Even though it should feel very serious.
Yeah, I mean, there's serious parts, but lots of people die.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And get redeemed and things.
Well, that's a little controversial, I felt. I don't know if you could just forgive the sins of the father that easily, but
Well,
whatever.
George Lucas could.
Yes. I mean, I want to know more about George Lucas's relationship with his father and with girls. I have some questions. Okay, Herbie, I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some questions. I have a long list of questions. Yeah, what a weird thing. What a weird thing. He cut off his hand, and then we're friends, and now I'm crying, and...
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a saga.
Do you remember how you felt about it as a kid?
Which part? Like the Darth Vader turning? Mm-hmm. I was very happy that he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I know.
all
Kids
right.
really do like the black and white stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
You're like, yes, you are good now.
Yeah, that's right.
And I totally accept that.
Luke was right. There was still good in him. And here is the proof.
Yes.
Oh, also, yeah, like they put in words for Darth Vader in that part.
Oh, yeah.
Which they never had before. He didn't go, no. I'm like, you don't need to add that in. It was clear to me as like a 6-year-old. Like, this is what's happening. Even though you can't see his face, he's decided that he's going to save his son.
And what about when you do see his face?
Oh, that was creepy.
I mean, it is creepy.
Yeah, it was super creepy as a kid. Yep.
Did you have nightmares?
No. Because I guess they burned the body, so I was like, well, it's not coming back.
So that's a nice thought for sure. Okay. So you weren't afraid of him. You
No.
were just like, ooh,
Yeah, you're weird looking.
Uncle Fester's under there.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even know who that was then, but
Well, I guess.
it's a good comparison.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to be like, especially because now they put like the young Anakin in the end.
Yes.
So you're reminded, like, we started out there, we ended up here. He sounds like James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Very confusing. Plus, his robot legs must have been massive because Hayden Christensen is not massive.
No.
But Darth Vader is like a foot taller than all the
he's
other
huge.
stormtroopers.
Yep.
So, like,
It's true.
yeah.
Yeah. He had some,
He had some lifts. Yeah. He was a vain man
Well, he
underneath
was,
all
yes.
the cape.
Yeah, and the scarring. And, yeah.
I guess you're vain where you need to be.
He made it work.
You know, you have to wear, you're so ugly you have to wear a mask, but you're tall. Tall and dark, not handsome. 2 out of 3.
Yep, with a deep voice. Scary voice.
It's not scary.
Yeah, I found it
Commanding.
scary. Okay. Commanding. Scary commands.
It's the voice of Mufasa.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just, you know,
Powerful.
yes. You listen to that voice.
You do.
All right.
On to the next one.
Yep. Here comes Harvey. He's excited about the next one.
I'm sure he is.
Yes. Although, really, we should watch the Ewoks movie, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I mean, I saw it in class one time.
In class?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's Star Wars class. It's very important back in the 80s to have Star Wars knowledge.
I guess.
Not so much
I missed
now.
it.
Yeah. Didn't miss much.
All right, dear.
All right.
Here we go.
What's your name? FN2187. What? That's the only name they ever gave me. Well, I ain't using it. FN, Finn. I'm gonna call you Finn. Is that alright?
It is gross, eh, baby? He's wearing your friend's jacket. I get it. Rude.
So, gee, say hello.
Hello.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Oh,
Thank you. So that was episode 7, The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
And
And what?
what did you think of it?
Shut up. I know you're trying to tell everybody I cried.
Well, that's allowed.
Well, yes, it's allowed. It can't be helped sometimes.
No.
But this is, what, the 9th movie we've watched?
Yes.
And it's the first one that made me cry.
Yeah. That says something.
It does. That's why I know it's blasphemy, but I much prefer these movies to anything that came before them. They're more complex. They're actually, like, fully realized people. And it's sad. They've been through a lot, you know.
They have been, that's true.
Even Fudgy is sad for them.
Well, he's a compassionate character.
Even BB-8.
Oh, yeah, we were watching it with BB-8.
Yeah, he watches the movies. And he really likes seeing himself be heroic on camera. He's afraid of the dark. He gets real sad when his pals are in trouble. Real sad. Oh, hi, Fudgy. Oh, you good boy. Yeah, you're being good. BB-8, you're being pretty good too. So yeah, how did you enjoy it?
I enjoy it.
Yes, I remember, Sean, going to the theater to see that with you, and you were disappointed.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
And I'm still a little bitter about that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It definitely is a good return to Star Wars, I think.
Has your opinion improved?
Yeah, it has.
Is that due to my peer pressure?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I think it's a fair comment to say that what else could I have asked for in that movie? And the answer really isn't anything. It sets up the next set of films very well, introduces a bunch of characters that are very good characters, and does have a transition, I mean, as we see all the way through, of the original cast to the new team of Rey and Finn and Poe and BB-8. And they're all great. So I think seeing them in the next movie also kind of adds to that. Of they're not perfect, but that's probably a good thing. And they certainly are still heroic in their ways. Even Finn, as he's being scared, he's still going back for Rey and that sort of thing. So he's not happy about it, but he's doing it. And there's more to come.
Okay. Well, let's push through then.
Sounds good.
Hello, Grady. Are you being a good girl? Oh, yes, you are. And there's Bronx. Hey, Bronx. How are you? Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. That's nice kisses. Hello, sir. Oh, hi. How's Fudgy? How's Fudgy? And Herbie? Hello, Herbie. How are you, Herbie? Oh, are you a good boy? Yeah, wag your tail at me, that good Herbie. Oh, nice boy. You wanna come here? Hi, Fudgy. Did you bring me a toy? Okay, ready? Yeah, good boy, baby. Again? Oh yeah, this one really has been out in the snow, I think, buddy. It's wet. What are these crazy boys up to, Gertie? Just trying to sit here and watch a movie, eh? We were pointed in the wrong direction, but it's okay. Good girl. Yes, you're a good girl.
Well, here we are.
Hello. We just finished the last one. Miracle of Miracles.
Yeah, we did it.
And?
Well, that's a really good one.
It is. It is my favorite by a factor of about 1,000%.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot in it. And it is a very good movie.
Yes. It's very sad, though. It really gets to me.
Yes. Yes, it does.
And I mean, it's about loss and sadness, and
Yeah.
I like that they finally acknowledge that. And in this one, you just feel the weight of all of those losses on everybody.
Yes.
Like, everybody is feeling it and just overcome by it, because it has been such a long fight. And I guess we see that most of all with Luke, who has retreated with his grief, and he has lost his faith, and it's really hard to see him that way, even if it's understandable. And yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. And it's, I think, kind of brilliant to say that, to put heroes to a different test for once. And, you know, usually the odds are astronomically against them, and yet they're always winning. And here they are not winning for once, and that's a more realistic test, maybe. But one we hardly ever get to see. So I think that's really interesting, is finding out how people deal with it when they're failing. And how you keep going, how you keep pushing through it. And not everybody does.
Yeah.
And I really was touched to see how Luke goes, because he dies for Rey exactly how Obi-Wan died for him.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
And at the end, when you see his
cloak.
it's the same shot.
Yeah.
That's really special.
That's very neat.
But the whole movie is about letting go of the past. So I think these really little callbacks that they put throughout really hit that home. We're letting go of, and both of these movies have implied that they are passing the torch. I like that they have the old guard there, because I think Disney knows that's sort of the attraction, and that's how you get people there. But it was very much setting up the newer generation, and yeah, I mean, this whole thing is, they've had these failures and setbacks, but how do you keep going? As you have to be able to put that behind you to keep the faith. So,
Well said.
we've got just a couple weeks left before
Number 9.
number 9. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, I'm really excited about it. Yeah, don't know. I mean, I think you said it a bit earlier. They have a lot of ground to cover and a lot of explaining to do to tie everything up.
They do.
So I'm curious. I'm curious to see it. And I think the last 2 are some of the most strong. You can put them up with any of the other ones, and yeah, so I think this one should probably continue that. They've been on a good roll, so yeah, I'm really interested to see it.
Are you exhausted?
Yeah.
Are you tired of Star Wars?
Not tired of Star Wars.
Oh, okay. I'm tired of life. Hey, Gertie, are you tired of life? No, she's going.
good.
Yeah, she's happy. But I mean, they're napping through everything.
Yeah, well, that's easy then.
She might be napping right now. She's doing a little force nap. Yeah, she's probably projecting herself somewhere else.
Saving the universe.
Good girl. Oh, well, thanks for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh boy.
It's not easy.
Oh boy. What an ordeal.
What a pleasure.
I love you, babe.
Love you. Signing off. Till next time.
Oh, God.